I'm Paul Gannis. Welcome to Insomnia Theater, a retrospective of classic movies where we go behind the scenes to learn some little-known facts about some of your favorite films. I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. Superman was the first widely hailed superhero, appearing in Action Comics #1 in June of 1938, and he was the prototype for the many costumed superheroes that followed. Jerry Siegel was the writer, while Joe Shuster was the artist. Superman was born on the planet Krypton and was sent to Earth by his parents moments before Krypton was destroyed. He was named Kal-El at birth and landed at a town named Smallville in America. He was later adopted by two farmers and named Clark Kent. On the advice of his adoptive parents, he started fighting for humanity and made it the motto of his life. The 1940s Superman cartoons are a series of 17 animated short films released in Technicolor by Paramount Pictures and based upon the comic book character Superman, making them his first animated appearance. They were originally produced by Fleischer Studios, led by Max and Dave Fleischer, which completed the initial short and 8 further cartoons in 1941 and 1942. Production was resumed in May 1942 by Famous Studios, a successor company to Fleischer, which produced 8 more cartoons in 1942 and 1943. The first cartoon in the series, simply titled Superman, aka The Mad Scientist, was released on September 26, 1941, and was nominated for the 1941 Academy Award for Best Short Subject Cartoons. The voice of Superman for the series was initially provided by Bud Collyer, who also performed the lead character's voice during the Adventures of Superman radio series. Joan Alexander was the voice of Lois Lane, a role she also portrayed on radio alongside Collyer. Music for the series was composed by Sammy Timberg, the Fleischer's longtime musical collaborator. Max and Dave Fleischer were actually quite reluctant to take on this new animation assignment because it would require so much more realistic designs and animation than they usually used. They tried to discourage Paramount by stating they would need a budget of around $100,000 per short, 4 times the budget of an average Walt Disney cartoon, which back then had the highest budgets in animation already. To their shock and amazement, Paramount executives agreed to at least half the amount, which made the Superman series, in adjusted dollars, the biggest budgeted animation series in film history. Rotoscoping, the process of tracing animation drawings from live-action footage, was used minimally to lend realism to the character's bodily movements. Many of Superman's actions, however, could not be rotoscoped. Obviously, such things as flying, lifting extremely large objects, etc. In these cases, the Fleischer's lead animators, many of whom lacked training in figure drawing, animated roughly and depended upon their assistants, usually inexperienced animators but established draftsmen, to keep Superman on model during his action sequences. The Fleischer cartoons were also responsible for giving Superman perhaps his most singular superpower, flight. When the Fleischers started working on the series, in the comic books Superman could only leap from place to place, hence the classic phrase, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. After seeing the leaping fully animated, however, the Fleischers deemed it silly-looking and asked permission from Action Comics, later DC Comics, to have him fly instead. The publisher agreed, and Superman was formally given the power of flight thereafter. He's been flying high ever since. In 1985, DC Comics named Fleischer Studios as one of the honorees in the company's 50th anniversary publication, 50 Who Made DC Great, for its work on the Superman cartoons. Until next time, this is Paul Gannis. The popcorn's hot. Enjoy the film. Up, up, and away!
Congratulations, Lois. That was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief, thanks to Superman.